Now let's do division and multiplication of fractions. If you haven't answered them yet, answer them first before you will see our solutions. Before we will do the division of fraction, we will do first the multiplication of fraction. There are 3 simple steps required to multiply 2 fractions. Let's do first number 4. 4 over 7 times 2 over 3. First, let's identify these fractions. Ito yung numerator. Ang nasa baba, yan yung denominators. Step number 1, multiply the numerators. 4 times 2 equals 8 over. Then, step number 2, multiply the denominators. 7 times 3 equals 21. Step number 3, simplify or reduce the answer. Kaso lang, itong 8 over 21, wala na silang common factors. So, ibig sabihin, ang sagot dito ay 8 over 21. So, this is 8 over 21. Sulat nga natin ito ulit. This is 8 over 21. Next, dito tayo sa number 5. 3 over 5 times 5 over 6. Numerator to numerator, 3 times 5 equals 15. Denominator to denominator, 5 times 6 equals 30. Step number 3, dapat natin is-simplify siya. 15 over 30, ang greatest common factor nila ay 15. Mayroon tayong separate videos on how to find the greatest common factors. Now, ang greatest common factor dito ay 15. 15 divided by 15 equals 1. 30 divided by 15 equals 2. So, ang sagot dito ay 1/2. 1/2. Now, let's do number 6. 2/3 times 1/4. In multiplying of fractions, numerator to numerator, 2 times 1 equals 2. Denominator to denominator, 3 times 4 equals 12. Direkta ka lang mag-multiply dyan. Then, ito na yung sagot mo. Next, simplify by finding the greatest common factor. Again, we have a separate video on how to find the greatest common factors. Ang greatest common factor dito ay 2. So, 2 divided by 2 equals 1. 12 divided by 2 equals 6. So, ang sagot dito ay 1/6. 1 over 6. Now, let's do division of fractions. Dito tayo sa number 1. 1/2 divided by 1/2. Anything na mag-divide tayo na pareho lang, ang answer dyan ay automatic 1 na. When it comes to fractions, para mas klaro lang, ang dividend kopyahin 1/2, ang division maging multiplication, ang divisor reciprocal niya ay 2 over 1. Now we can multiply numerator to numerator, 1 times 2 equals 2. Denominator to denominator, 2 times 1 equals 2. So 2 over 2 equals 1. So pareho na siya. Ang sagot dito ay 1. Now, let's do number 2. Pareho lang sa number 1 natin. Mag-flip over tayo sa divisor. Dividing fractions is very similar to multiplying fractions. You even use multiplication. The one change is that you have to take the reciprocal of the divisor. So, example na naman, number 2, 3 over 4 divided by 1/4. This is our divisor. So, yan lang yung i-flip over natin. That will be our step number 1 in dividing fraction. Take the reciprocal of the divisor. 1/4 is 4 over 1. Then, si division maging multiplication, kopyahin si dividend 3 over 4. Now, we can multiply. Numerator to numerator. 3 times 4 equals 12. Denominator to denominator. 4 times 1 equals 4. Next step, simplify the answer. Improper fraction. 12 divided by 4. And that is exactly 3. So, ang sagot dito ay 3. For there are 3 1/4 in 3/4. Next, let's do number 3. 2/5 divided by 3/10. Kopyahin si dividend. Si division maging multiplication, reciprocal nito 10 over 3. Now we can multiply numerator to numerator. 2 times 10 equals 20. 5 times 3 equals 15. Next, let's simplify. And this one is 1 and 5 over 15. Ang greatest common factor nitong 5 over 15 is 5. So, 5 divided by 5 equals 1. 15 divided by 5 equals 3. So, kopyahin lang si whole number na 1. So, ang sagot dito ay 1 and 1/3. Ang next na question nyo ay paano si 20 over 15 naging 1 and 1/3. When we say 20 over 15, pareho lang yan sa 20 divided by 15. Now, ilang 15 ba si 20? 1. Multiply. 1 times 15 equals 15. Now, subtract. 20 minus 15 equals 5. Itong si 1, yan yung whole number natin. At itong remainder na 5, yan yung numerator natin. At ang divisor na 15, yan yung denominator natin. Next, itong 1 and 5 over 15, si 5 over 15, pwede pa natin yang malist by finding the greatest common factor. Again, we have a separate video on how to find the greatest common factor. Ang greatest common factor nito ay 5. So, 5 divided by 5 equals 1. 15 divided by 5 equals 3. So, ang sagot dito ay 1 and 1/3. So, ito na, 1 and 1/3. Now, let's do number 7. Erase muna natin ito. Si number 7, 1/2 divided by 2. Ganon pa rin ang gagawin natin. Itong dividend natin, kopyahin 1/2. Si division maging multiplication at reciprocal nito ay 1/2. Always remember, lahat ng mga whole numbers, mayroon yang automatic na numerator na 1. That is 2 over 1 is also the same as 2. Lahat ng whole numbers, mayroon yang automatic na denominators na 1. Kaya, ang reciprocal nitong whole number na 2 is 1 over 2. Kasi meron yang 1 na denominator automatic. Ngayon, pwede na tayo mag-proceed. Numerator to numerator. 1 times 1 equals 1. Denominator to denominator. 2 times 2 equals 4. So, ang sagot dito ay 1/4. So, balik kong hatiin sa dalawa itong 1/2. That is equivalent to 1/4. Next, dito tayo sa number 8. Multiplication. 2/3 times 6. Again, itong whole number na 6, mayroon yang automatic na denominator na 1. So, lahat ng mga whole numbers, always consider them as numerator. Numerators. 2 times 6 equals 12. Yung mga whole numbers, doon mo i-multiply always sa numerators. Next ay yung 3 times 1 or kopyahin si 3. Now, ang sagot ay 12 over 3 na isimplify pa natin. This is also the same as 4. So, ang sagot dito ay 4. Bakit ka mo si 12 over 3 na naging 4? Kasi itong slash na to, itong fraction bar na ito, that is also the same as division. So, 12 divided by 3 equals 4. 4 times 3 equals 12. So, 12 minus 12 equals 0. So, ibig sabihin, 4 ang sagot dito. 12 over 3 is the same as 4. Kaya 4 ang sagot dito. Mag-recap lang tayo. Erase muna natin. Erase. Mag-recap lang tayo. Kapag division, sa division, itong A over B divided by C over D equals, kopyahin lang ito, A over B, tapos si division maging multiplication, at reciprocal nito na D over C equals, bago ka makapag-multiply. Dito naman sa multiplication of fraction, direkta ka na dito. So, A over B times D over C. Or, ganito na lang. What if C over D? Pareho lang sila na given. Bali, ganyan lang din. Kung multiplication, direkta ka na. That is A times C over B times D. Delete natin. Para hindi kayo malito. Again, kapag division, itong A over D, kopyahin, division maging multiplication at reciprocal nito na C over D naging D over C. Kapag multiplication, direkta ka na numerator to numerator, i-multiply lang denominator to denominator, at always i-simplify ang lahat ng sagot. Question number 9, itong pang civil service na style. 1/2 divided by 1/4. Again, dividend, kopyahin. Si division maging multiplication at reciprocal nito 4 over 1. Now we can multiply. Numerator to numerator, 1 times 4 equals 4. 2 times 1 equals 2. Yung last na step, dapat i-simplify natin. 4 over 2, that is also equivalent to 2. 4 over 2 is the same as 4 divided by 2. And the answer here is 2. Sa choices, is it less than 1? B, more than 1? C, equal to 1? D, undefined? E, none of the above. Obviously, ang sagot dito ay B, more than 1. Next, number 10. Pang civil service style pa rin tayo. If Cardo is feeding his body 1/2 cup of dog food but uses 1/10 of cup, the question is, how many scoop will he need to feed his dog? 1/2 cup of dog food, but he uses 1/10 of cup, meaning mag-divide tayo. 1/2 divided by 1 over 10. Again, kopyahin si 1/2, yung dividend natin. Ang division maging multiplication. Divisor, reciprocal nito, 10 over 1. Now, let's proceed sa next step natin. 1 times 10, numerator to numerator, equals 10. Denominator to denominator, 2 times 1 equals 2. So, simplify natin si 10 over 2 or 10 divided by 2, and that is 5. So, ang sagot dito ay 5 scoops. Letter C.